What's up, guys? John Bird III here. We're back again for another video. And in today's video, we're going to talk about two reels that a lot of people, in my opinion, seem to think that these reels are the same or just alike. And they're not. They're made for two totally different styles of fishing. And so we're going to talk about the applications in which I use these reels, why I choose these particular applications, and the thought process that was behind these reels when they were originally designed. So we're going to jump into that. But before we get into today's video, make sure you comment down below what are some things you want to see coming from this channel. What are some videos that you want to see? What are some topics you want to hear me cover? So make sure you put that in the comment section. I'm trying to grow the channel. We're almost at 800 subscribers and the goal is to reach 1,000. When we reach 1,000, we got a special giveaway for that. But again, comment down below what content you want to see coming from this channel. All right, let's jump into it. So the comparison that we're going to do today is between the Team Lose Pro SP and the Custom Lite Shallow Spool. So a lot of people think that these reels are the same, and they're not. They have the same frame. They both have shallow spools, but the shallow spools in both of these reels are very, very different, right? And so we're going to get more in depth with this. So we're going to start off with the Team Lose Pro SP. So the Pro SP was designed for SP, skipping, and pitching. So this reel was designed for 20-pound line for you to get up shallow. You're flipping, you're pitching, even throwing a frog up shallow and up close quarter type combat. That's what this reel was designed for. This reel was designed to handle more brutal, beefy, close quarter combat, shallow water fishing. And this reel is a reel that Andy Montgomery uses, like, I guess you would say 95% of the time. So when you're going down the bank, people think like, all right, 40 yards of 20-pound line, that's not a lot. But when you're going down the bank, I promise you, you don't really need no more than what this reel is. And also, you won't spool this reel. When you have it spooled all the way and you make a long cast, I promise you, you won't spool it. So one thing in particular about this reel, and this is kind of worn off over time because of where I place my hand on this reel. But so on the side plate of this reel, if you have one or you've seen one, the numbers on the side are normally white. And what that entails is the white section is just your standard braking, but then they have a section where the letters or the numbers are orange. And that area is called the skipping zone. And normally I set this reel to 7. That is the perfect setting. And also in this reel also does not have any internal pins on it. It has the ACB braking system in here, which is my favorite braking system, aside from this new one that I got down here. But this reel right here is, again, it's perfect for shallow water fishing, just getting up, going down the bank, skipping laydowns, skipping your jig under docks, flipping it up against cypress trees, throwing a frog in between cypress trees, twitch, set the hook light. That's what this reel is designed for. This reel is designed to take a beating. I saw a video the other day that somebody said that this reel is a BFS reel, and that is not true. So to clear the air, this reel is not a BFS reel. The Pro SP is not a BFS reel. Just remember that. Not BFS. This is for heavy duty style stuff. Now, I will say one thing that you can use this reel for, and one of my buddies used his for this. You can put like 12 or 15-pound line on here, and you can throw a caffeine shad on this, and it works great for a like fluke style bait, so like caffeine shad type deal. But shallow water, bladed jig, buzz bait, jig, Texas rig, frogging up close, even like punching, like just right here, just like close quarter, like right in front of you. This is what this reel is good for. Point blank period. Not BFS. Now, where did I put it? Right here. Custom Lite Shallow Spool. this reel is designed for BFS. Custom Lite Shallow Spool, BFS. All right. For you guys who don't know what BFS is, that stands for Bait Finesse System. One guy commented on my video was wanting to hear about my bait finesse system or my BFS setup or whatever. So this is the reel I use for that. So Custom Lite Shallow Spool, this reel is designed for light line. So like 4 pound, 6 pound, 8 pound, 10 pound, 12 pound fluorocarbon. That's what this reel is designed for. Light fluorocarbon, right? And so compared to the Pro SP, this reel is lighter than the Pro SP. I think the Pro SP falls somewhere like right at 6 ounces, somewhere like that, whereas this falls at 5 ounces. So it's super lightweight, right? And so it's designed for really lightweight baits. So the baits that I would consider lightweight that you could throw on here that will work perfect for this. So a KVD 1.0 crankbait, a Chick Magnet Junior. You can throw the Bitsy Sexy Dog. This thing works. This is a great reel for the Bitsy Sexy Dog. Bitsy Pop R. Any of the Strike King Bitsy baits will work perfect for this reel, right? And that's what this reel is designed for. Some guy, I've seen comments, guys said they use the Custom Lite Shallow Spool to skip a jig. No, that's not what this reel is for. Because you can't get enough of 20 pound, 17, 20 pound line on the spool. So the spool in the Custom Lite Shallow Spool compared to the spool that's in the Pro SP, they're totally different. This spool is a lot shallower than the Pro SP because it's designed for a lighter diameter line. Whereas the Pro SP is designed for 20 pound fluorocarbon. So it's still shallow, but it's designed for a heavier line. So right now I have 12 pound fluorocarbon on here. I was throwing a jerk bait with this thing. And I wasn't making like super long bomb casts with this reel, but it was like kind of like close where I can see it on live scope and I'm looking at the brush pile or something like that. Also, I've thrown a wacky rig with this reel. So I've thrown a wacky rig on the tier 1 jerkbait rod with this reel, and oh my God, let me tell you something. It will skip like a dream. Like, it is fun to fish with this reel. But again, this isn't a reel designed for you to, I won't say like to beat on it because of the material that it's made out of. And so this has a Tanzotech carbon frame. Just essentially, when you talk about carbon frame reels, they are a lot lighter compared to like your graphite frame reels or your aluminum frame reels. They're a lot lighter, and you normally want to use like lighter bait. So another bait also I just thought about it just looking up on the tackle wall, a KVD 1.5 flat, super lightweight, hard to throw. This reel right here will work perfect for it. So this is Lou's BFS reel. So this would compete against like your Aldebaran BFS, your Corrado BFS. I think overseas Shimano has a SLX DC BFS or something like that. I don't know if it was it might have been Debo's Fishing. If you watch his channel, I think Debo talked about that reel. Matter of fact, I think he might actually have one. Anyway, so that is what this reel will compete against. And then like I think Casking has a BFS reel, Arc has a BFS reel, Bates just came out with a BFS reel. This reel will fall in the same platform as those reels. So that is what this reel would compete up against. And I get some questions. I've seen some questions come across where people ask like how much, what size bait will it throw like in terms of grams? I'm like, I really don't know. I don't even think about it like that because I'm not a BFS fisherman, right? I stick to what I'm good at, and I'm not a BFS fisherman. But I know like going down a bait, throwing a KVD 1.0, throwing those smaller baits, even throwing a wacky rig when I don't feel like picking up a spinning rod, I can throw a wacky rig with this thing. That is why I grabbed this reel in particular. So this is Lou's attempt on a BFS reel, and I would say it has done a pretty good job, especially trying to throw the little itty bitty KVD Strike King Bitsy Sexy Dog. That is and that little thing walks amazing, but this reel works perfect for that. Not the Pro SP. So, comparison. When do you want to pick up a Pro SP over the Custom Lite Shallow Spool? Jigs, bladed jigs, buzz baits, frogs, going down the bank, heavier line. I say 15 to 25 pound line as far as fluorocarbon. That's what you want to hear. Here, you want anywhere between like your 4 pound line to like maybe 12. 12 is the max that I put on here. But I think ideally, I think 10 will probably, 8 to 10 will probably be the best. That is when you want this reel. When you're throwing smaller baits like all the baits that I mentioned. So what is the benefit of having a shallow spool? That is a great question that I want to go ahead and ask. So a shallow spool, like I think people get so used to like reels that carry a lot of, have a lot of line, like the BB1 Pro. Like, this is a really, really deep spool. And a lot of people think that you need a reel that has a lot of line. And when, in all transparency, you really don't. Like, if you're fishing from here to like the dock, like you going out of bank skipping docks, you don't need a BB1 Pro to skip docks. Like, you just don't. If you're not making a long cast with a 5, 6 XD, 10 XD, you don't need a whole lot of line. If you're not making a long cast with like a hybrid hunter, you're trying to cover a big massive grass flat, you don't need a lot of line. So if you're going down the bank, if you're getting up shallow, close quarter combat, as I love to say, like, and that's my favorite way to catch them, that is what these reels are designed for, like more close up style of fishing. Now, the Custom Lite Shallow Spool, like I said, is designed to throw lighter baits. If you just, the weight difference between the two, you can tell like, okay, it's super lightweight, and you can tell like, I see why this is designed for more lighter baits compared to the Pro SP. This is not extremely heavy at all, by no means, but you can tell, you can feel the difference. Like, okay, this reel feels a little bit more beefy. And there's a next level video that Luz put out on the Kings of Bass YouTube channel, actually, where Andy Montgomery is talking about the differences when he uses the Pro SP over the Custom Lite Shallow Spool. And if you don't want to take my word for it, go check out the Luz video on the Kings of Bass page talking about the difference between the Pro SP versus the Custom Lite Shallow Spool. And I just feel like sometimes people, again, they think they're the same, so you can throw a jig with this just like you can with this. And in my opinion, no. Unless you're throwing something like a tiny jig, like a, I guess what you, I've never thrown one, but like I know Tactical Bastard talks about it a lot. The little Kitech jig, like the little Kitech tungsten jig. I think maybe this would be good because that jig, I think it has a lot of wire hooks, so you can use a smaller diameter line, maybe like 12-pound line. So you could get away with that. You could throw a shaky head on this rod. JT Hickman throws a shaky head on the Custom Lite Shallow Spool. So that's pretty cool. So again, like lighter line. So that's like, think about your finesse techniques. That is what this is be used for. So when you think Custom Lite Shallow Spool, think finesse. When you think Pro SP, you think power fishing, close quarter combat. That is the best way that I can describe both of these reels, right? I've had this reel since, I want to say 2021, 2022. And it's fun to fish with. I've gotten so used to just having a reel that has more line, I tend to gravitate to more other reels. But if I know for a fact, like if I'm just gonna be flipping all day, like if I'm going to Santee and going to the swamp and I'm just flipping trees all day, I pick this sucker up. If I know I'm going somewhere, I'm gonna fish docks, maybe like a Hartwell. We got the Toyota's owners event in October with that. And I'm probably not gonna be skipping docks, but they have a lot of docks. So if I'm going somewhere and I know I'm gonna skip docks like there or Norman or Watery, Wiley, Pro SP is gonna be the way to go. Again, Custom Lite Shallow Spool, anytime I'm using something finesse, that is what I'm going to use this for. Like little small crankbaits, all stuff like that. Again, and that's still going down the bank. These are going down the bank, shallow water reels, finesse, power fishing. That's what these are. So that's it for today's video. I've been wanting to do this video for a while, but I got a list of videos that I've been really trying to get out, and I wanted to make sure that they were, I try to put those videos out in a timely fashion as far as like the techniques that I've been talking about and stuff like that. But yeah, so that's pretty much why I chose to use, when I chose to use the Pro SP over Custom Lite Shallow Spool and vice versa. We will do the next video, not gonna be the exact next video, but the next video we talk about when we talk about comparing the two reels is going to be the Custom Lite versus the Custom Lite Shallow Spool spinning reels. So those two spinning reels, when I choose one over the other. And to be honest, in that situation there, and I'm not going to go into deep right now, but in that situation right there, like, you could pretty much use them both for any scenario, right? But there are certain times I like one over the other, and we'll talk about that in the video whenever I decide to go about that one. But again, leave a comment in the comment section. What techniques, what setups do you want to hear me talk about? What baits you want to hear me talk about? What things you want to see more from this channel? Because I'm trying to grow the channel. I want the channel to evolve. Eventually, I will start putting in some fishing content as I'm talking about my different setups and why. So you will see in those videos, and this is not right now, But this will be videos that coming up in the future, probably going in sometime in the 2025, where as I'm talking about a technique and doing different stuff where I may throw in fish catches or me using the specific setups and kind of really going more in depth so that you can see all of that encompassed within the video as well. So to I guess you could say to broaden out the video, to get the video a little bit more onto it. So that's plans coming up in 2025. But until then, we're going to continue to roll out all my setups. I still got a bunch more to do. But yeah, leave a comment down below so I can answer your videos. So I'm JB3. I got to get back to living a dream. My wife just finished cooking dinner and it smells amazing, so I'm hungry. I'll catch you later.